Welcome to another Unitron Certified Administrator course. Today we're going to be talking about how to do a HyperV instant recovery. With all instant recoveries, we first have to allocate some instant recovery space under the Configure, Appliances, Storage, Internal Device. You'll need to set this to be at least 20% of the size of the machine that you're going to be restoring, though we typically will refer to this as 20 to 30% of the size of the largest machine that you're going to be recovering. Think of this as scratch space for new writes to occur to when VMs are running from the Unitron's appliance, meaning all changes that occur are going to be written to this space, so there needs to be enough space to land any changes you'll make while the machines are running from the appliance. Once we've set that, we can come to the Recover tab under our Backup Catalog and then find our Hyper-V level backup. From there, we can open this up and select any point in time that we'd like to return to, and then choose Instant Recovery up at the top. By default, this works in what we call live mode, meaning that it would attach directly to our Hyper-V host as a network share. So we're going to recreate the virtual disk file, the VHD, as it existed at this point in time, put it on a network share, and then share that out to Hyper-V so it sees us as if we're a new NAS. Then, while the machine is running from our storage, it will do a storage migration, automatically moving the disks off of the Unitron's appliance and onto the storage volume that we choose. And again, this normally comes up in live mode where the network adapter would be enabled, meaning your users could work immediately while it copied in the background to this storage. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring the machine up in audit mode, which will disable the network adapter and not perform the storage migration. This just gets used for the page file for the VM. That way we don't conflict with production here. And if we want to, we can rename the machine by hitting this pencil icon, though we do automatically append _restore to the end of the name. When we kick off this instant recovery, we can come up to the Instant Recovery Status tab up at the top, click here and hit View Details to see the options happening in real time. If we come over to our Hyper-V host, we'll see that it's now created the new machine. It's going to add the disks to the machine, which we'll see, it'll say adding resource succeeded. Kicked through really quick there. In a few more seconds here, it will reconfigure the machine to disable the network adapter and then power the machine on. If we look at the settings for this machine under Hyper-V, we can see that the hard drive is being presented from the Unitron's appliance under a Hyper-V Instant Recovery directory. Under a live mode, it would begin to migrate out of this location and into the volume that we had chosen, though this is being used just for the page file for now. And because this machine is in audit mode, the network adapter is disconnected on this machine, though I could manually connect it in if I needed to. Please note that audit mode machines must always be torn down. This means that I will have to actually go into here and choose tear down, and that will power off and delete the VM every single time. If you'd like to keep a machine, you need to make sure that you're bringing it up in live mode. That way the migration happens automatically. There are some common issues that we run into with Hyper-V instant recoveries. Typically, these are related to the permissions on the Hyper-V host itself. Microsoft has made a group policy change in recent editions of Windows that doesn't allow you to connect to a network share that doesn't require a username or password. Commonly, we will attempt to get around this by going to Windows Credentials. We will add a Windows credential, and we would add the IP address of the Unitron's appliance with the Samba credentials. However, Hyper-V does not always abide by these credentials, and sometimes we still have to disable the group policy. The group policy that you are looking for is under Administrative Templates, Network, LAN/MAN Workstation. You'll see we have the insecure guest logons here. This isn't really a security concern, but this really is just allowing you to connect to a network share that doesn't require a username or password. There are a lot of reasons why Microsoft has done this, and the prevalent theory is that if you're using unsecured network shares in your environment, Microsoft doesn't want you doing that because there's a potential that ransomware could get to that network share and encrypt the data there. But the share that we have on the Unitrons appliance is not writable by typical means, and while the VM is active, the disk would be locked, so nothing could ever change anything within that volume. And it can't affect any of your backup data either. That will always be completely immutable from any kind of share level attack. Sometimes we will also run into another one that is here under security settings, under the local policies, security options, and then it was the always sign digital communications. Because we're not part of your domain, we don't have your certificate, so we can't sign your certificate, sign your communications with your Microsoft certificate. So if this is enabled, you may also have to disable this as well for your HyperV instant recovery to work correctly. But that's everything for now. If you have further questions, please check our support guides or Kaseya University for more information. Have a great day.